And today I'm here to talk to you about an exciting and an action-packed game called Whirly Ball. Now, today I'm going to explain to you three things about Whirly Ball. I'm going to first tell you about the history, where it came from. Next, I'm going to tell you what it is and the rules. And finally, I'm going to tell you why to play Whirly Ball, why it's fun. Alright, right now I'm going to start on the history of Whirly Ball. Whirly Ball was created in the 1960s by the man named Stan Mangum. The first court of Whirly Ball, the first Whirly Ball place, opened up in the 1980s. Whirly Ball was created because Stan was trying to create a smaller, more agile bumper cart, which became known as the Whirly Bug. This was found on Wikipedia. Whirly Ball was made popular by Stan's son, Kim, who is the founder of Flowtron Enterprises, who is the lead distributor of Whirly Ball materials. Whirly Ball was created in Salt Lake City, Utah. An interesting fact is that the first Whirly Bug created is still in use at Walt Disney World. When they created the first cart, it was gas-powered with rubber wheels. Stan took it to Walt Disney at Disney World as more of a utility vehicle of hauling stuff around, and all 12 carts are still in use today. Next, we're going to go into the rules of Whirly Ball. Whirly Ball is said to be a mix between basketball and lacrosse. Some of the basics. The rules are a lot like basketball. There are 10 to 15 minute games, and then when you play leagues like I do, they're 10-minute halves for 2 halves. There's 2 teams of 5, there's a red team and a yellow team. When you have the ball, there's a 30-second possession clock. Unlike basketball, like the NBA, it's a 24-second. For Whirly Ball, it's a 30-second. Like basketball, there's a 5-second key clock. When you're on offense, you can only be in the key for 5 seconds. The scoring is a little bit different depending on how you play. For more serious players, for league players, it's harder. That's what I'm going to explain to you today. The red shoots at the red backboard, the yellow team shoots at the yellow backboard. In the center of the backboard, there's a net probably about this big. You get 2 points for scoring in the net. Nothing else counts. If you bounce it off the backboard, it doesn't count. You have to score it in the net, and the lights and the bells have to go off. Shots that bounce off of the ceiling, or the floor, or the wall and go into the net do not count. Now, there are some major penalties in Whirly Ball. As I said, it is an action-packed sport because you're driving around a bumper cart running into people. The first one is the scoop foul. The scoop is the tool you use to throw the ball back and forth and to shoot. You cannot touch it with your hands. What a scoop foul is when you take your scoop and you slap the scoop of another person. That is awarded 2 points to the opposite team because it's like, basically, in Whirly Ball, it's like hitting somebody in the face. The next one is goaltending. When in the cart, you have to keep one butt cheek on the seat at all times. You can stretch, you can lean, as long as one butt cheek is attached to the seat. If you raise out of the seat, it's considered goaltending, which is another 2-point penalty. The next and most serious penalty is ramming. Now, what ramming is when you're driving around in your bumper cart and you hit somebody in the back of the cart with excessive force, it is considered ramming. It is a 4-point penalty, and the reason it is the most dangerous because last week when I was playing in the leagues, my cousin got rammed and broke his ribs. It can be a dangerous sport. Another penalty is charging. It's like in basketball, if someone's defending in the key from you taking a shot and you run into him, knocking him out of the way, him or her out of the way, and score, it is considered charging. You are allowed to run into the opponent defending, but you either have to back up afterwards or give it a couple seconds before you take the shot, or else it is considered charging. The last penalty, which in league play really isn't that serious, but in friendly play can be serious, and the opposing team can be awarded 2 to 4 points. This happens to be one of my favorite things to do in Whirly Ball, which is harassment. It's yelling, screaming, sometimes it's inappropriate things, sometimes it's just being loud, getting in their face, yelling, "Shot!" when they're doing this. You can actually be penalized for that. Finally, we're going to go over why to play Whirly Ball. A lot of people are like, this sport sounds dumb. You're driving around in a bumper cart with a scoop and a wiffle ball trying to score points. It is a lot of fun. I interviewed my brother, who was part of my 4th-ranked national team and my local division championship team last season, and he's been playing for about 5 seasons now. Him and I kind of have a conversation of why to play Whirly Ball. First off, it brings you closer to your friends and family that you play with. For me, it happens to be my family that plays Whirly Ball. We have two teams, one which is the A division, which is the better team, which goes to nationals, and one which is the B division, which is the lower ranked team. Last season, me and my brother's team in the B division actually, as I said, were champion for that division. And it's funny because we actually played my mom and my stepdad's team, so it's kind of a family grudge match. So it's one of those things where you have friendly family competition and you actually get to spend time with your family and it's fun. Another thing is the pride that comes behind whirly ball. It's a competition, and with competition, if you win, there is pride behind it. For example, when I go to whirly ball, I sometimes wear my championship jacket. And it's funny, for winning the division championship, I actually got a jacket that has the big whirly ball symbol on the back. So it's kind of just one of those pride things. In conclusion, today I told you about the history of whirly ball, some of the rules, and why to play. I hope that someday you may go play whirly ball, and I hope that I've sparked your interest on what this sport is. Thank you, and you have a good day.